Hmm. Isn't it pretty? I just got it today. Diamond. You could be seeing diamonds. Diamond in the rough. So diamonds are formed under pressure. I'm hearing grace under pressure. So you're very graceful. There's a lot of grace coming in for someone. And I mean grace in a very euphoric way. Meaning, definition, term, whatever you want to call it. I'm so glad you clicked on this video. Paired up, finish mission. Paired up, finish mission. You're being paired up with somebody to finish your mission? That was really weird notification. All right, somebody, you're being paired up to finish a mission? Okay. There's been a lot of, it makes sense because there's been like a lot of merging energy coming up in reads and in my pile. Like, I've actually taken like a detox from watching other people's reads and even doing them myself, at least on videos, because I just didn't want to do it for a while. And then I was led to a reader that felt the same during the same time I was. And I just really connected with what he was saying. It was superb. It was very superb. I knew that was supposed to happen for a reason. And yeah, there's just a lot of energy, a lot of closing out, a lot of reflection energy. My point is that I did come back. I did a lot of reads for myself because I moved a lot of energy in my place, the feng shui. Definitely has a new vibe to it, more open, which has definitely had an impact on me. So I don't know if that's something that you're doing, getting a vibe for spring cleaning or organizing or getting rid of things that no longer serve you. I'm definitely, tell me if anybody else is noticing like rhythms and patterns and starting to like connect things and notice like our natural rhythm and pattern to a complete cycle doesn't really start until like the end of March. For some reason, the past couple of years since I had my awakening, I thought it was in April. But now that more information is, I'm magnetizing the correct information towards me. I've been able to decode that the moon phases, keeping track of like how you're feeling, how you're being affected by each cycle, each phase. Like even if you can just do like check in once a week, and how the energy, how you're feeling it during like waning time, you know, like and waxing time. I got confused there for a second, but like, are you feeling a buildup of energy, and do you feel more extroverted or introverted at what times, at waxing or waning? Because we have cycles. We just, you know, our Gregorian calendar is not set up properly, and it gets us really confused. And if anybody's interested, this kind of just came into my hands a couple days ago, and it's already filled me with inspiration and like feeling like I'm getting an understanding of my rhythms and my cycles. And I don't just mean my menstrual cycle, but that is going to be an added bonus. And working with the flow, working with my energies. Yeah, I look forward to getting these to for the years to come. And even if somebody creates their own. I look forward to seeing those too. It's beautiful to see what people have created once coming into this knowledge. It's beautiful. And this is definitely focused on harmonizing. Harmonize your life, align with natural lunar cycles by embodying the divine feminine wisdom of the 13 moon cycle. And we all know that there is an imbalance in divine feminine energy. You know, it's not about discrediting the father. Like divine father, father sky has his role, but we also need to include divine mother. Mother Gaia, treating her with care. There needs to be some balance for sure. So yeah, check it out. I'm very excited about it. Huge shifts, what I was talking about, the moon, Mars. Oh my gosh. Full moon Virgo / Libra. Lunar eclipse. And also Virgo South Node. Our South Node is in Virgo. So with all of this happening, it's like a trifecta in Virgo. The old ways are being eclipsed out. They're being expunged. People are really going to start feeling this and having to look at themselves, which kind of correlates with the theme of going into this read. I did pull a couple from the ethereal creatures. People really are going to have to look at themselves and be honest with themselves and, see what's holding them back, what habits can be changed. I think we're all doing this so that we can better ourselves and move with this frequency that is very quick moving, very fast paced, but it's also very, very exciting. Speaking to as above, so below, as within, so without. Cosmos. We're made of stardust, so we're made of the, how it's shifting up there affects us, right? So commune with them. I've been doing this lately, and it's beautiful. It was actually something that I forgot that I did. During the process of my spiritual awakening, and since I got back into astrology and communing with nature, communing with the planets, lighting candles every night, setting intentions, really beautiful things have been happening all over again, and I feel like I'm in a stage where I understand and I'm more open and I'm not so fearful. That it's going to be a lot more enjoyable this time around, and I'm very excited. I want to know if anybody else is feeling these energies. Like, share your experience. Are you noticing a lot of synchronicities, numbers popping up for you, gods, goddesses, whatever it is? I want to know. I'm trying to document everything. Even I bought my son. Where are they at? They're like we fill in the letter to help teach him how to read and spell. And this, like, when it came in, it was sun. And I mean, I've been talking to the sun a lot. I even took my son out to like get grounded on the earth and like talk to him about the sun. I didn't have him stare at it. I did, but I had sunglasses on most of the time because it was too high. But yeah, this is like a little poodle and a deer, maybe. So cute. Anyway, everyday things that we buy that come into our possession have signs and synchronicities. Even at the bottom of the humidifier I bought earlier said Helen of Troy. And when I opened it, it was talking about that we can trust them. You can put your trust in us. And it's like a reminder that spirit and your guides, they want you to put more trust in them and rely on them to help and support you, and realize that all of your needs are going to be met. There is no need to worry. That is something that is the parasympathetic nervous system. It's programmed into us. It's also in our DNA. We carry those genetic codes and blueprints from our ancestors, the ones that never were able to overcome that. And that's our job. And we can do it, mind over matter. If we can visualize it in our mind, we can hold it in our hand. Bob Proctor, maybe somebody is listening to him. So good stuff, guys. It's a great time to be alive. I love you. I don't even know you, but I know you're a part of me. And if you're on this channel, if you're listening to this video, then you're vibing with it and you're ascending. You're working on yourself. You're open to new and better things, and just learning that there's so much more that's coming into our reality and into our awareness. It's just such a beautiful thing, you know, being able to perceive more of the light spectrum with our eyes because we're raising in frequency and we're able to withstand that light and that energy and that frequency, which is just gorgeous. I did just get a new shipment of crystals today, and it was only $30, and I was kind of astounded. I even gave my friend a couple. So, yeah, it did not tell me what they are. I am going to be investigating exactly what they are. If anybody knows, please shoot me a comment. I would love to hear it, because you might be right on the money and save me like an hour's worth of research, because not all the apps actually identify them correctly. So like, I feel like I have to go in and like do deeper research into it. Yeah, they're really pretty. I don't think the camera does it justice, but it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Yep. Anyway, let me get into it. So, ethereal creatures, oracle. I trust Teal Swan because a lot of the stuff that she says resonates and reminds me of things I've experienced. So, she talks about these ethereal creatures. And number 28, the first one came out. I only wanted one, and this one was hiding behind it. It wasn't until I tried to pick this up that I saw mermen behind it. And let me tell you, these are linked. These go together. 1133. And this is 11. Ooh, that's funny. So, Hecagon. Its medicine represents truth, self-truth, honesty, self-honesty, reality, and mirror. So, it is not a species. There's not more than one. There is just one. It's just one being all on its own. It has blue ocean eyes, and what it does, it really dives deep. It's like an ocean kind of vibe. Definitely is like an alien-like, but its eyes are, it's a reflector. They are a reflector. They are going to reflect back to you the truth. And here's the thing, not many people call upon Hecagon. Gain? Oh my gosh. Move on, Angel. Hecagon. Almost looks like an insect, yeah. But be not afraid. It's just a reflector to show you the truth of yourself. And a lot of people are scared and don't want to see the truth of themselves, so they don't call on this ethereal being, or it doesn't show up that often. But for whoever you are, it's like you're wanting to get down to the root of what it is. You're just like, the truth is going to help me. Even if it's going to hurt me, hurt my feelings, you know, challenge me, I'm going to get over it because I know how strong I am. And that is the believing in yourself, believing what you're being shown and guided to by the Most High, by the All, by the One, by your guides, whatever it is you resonate with, the unseen, so calling on this ethereal being and allowing the process to take place so that you can really see what the reality is, not the masks, not the layers and the molding that society and our families presented to us and told us was us. You know, it's not really who we truly are. And then we have the mermen. Like I said, that was hiding. It's like there's a force. There's the mermen that are secretly got your back. They're going to help you through this process of really looking at the truth of who you are, and we don't want to label it good or bad. It's just about really getting a good, truthful look at ourselves. So maybe it'll snap us out of something. Maybe it'll get us out of stagnation. Maybe it'll get our engine revving and really set the pace for what we're going after. Bring us some direction. I don't like saying that. So the mermen represent leap of faith, duality of fear, dive in and diving deep, warning, risk, the lore of the ocean. So like 80% of the ocean isn't even discovered, right? A lot of people fear the ocean. It also is a fear of the subconscious. It's kind of a symbolic subconscious marker. Like if somebody's like, oh, I really Fear of the deep ocean. And I know because I also have a fear of the deep ocean, or what's in the ocean. But subconsciously, being presented with the truth, not fearful, and just taking the leap of faith and letting the merman, letting the subconscious deities, the water deities, help you with taking this plunge of reality, of truth, of self-truth. Because you have some help on the other side, and they're going to aid you while you digest this very difficult truth, whatever it is. It could be that you have a very high rank, and maybe you've been in an environment where it was drilled into you to think less about yourself, and that you're nothing, and that you're not important, and that, it's like there's spirits on the other side that are trying to empower you and uplift you and really show you who you really are, but they also need you to believe it. And on the other side, there might be something about yourself that you've latched onto, and it's not a part of you. It's not a part of your authentic self, so it needs to go. And it might be difficult for somebody. Yeah. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. The mermen really need you to drink a lot of water. It will help. You might have a lot of electricity going through your body. Increasing your toroidal field and your electromagnetic aura. Water is a great conductor, and it's going to assist in aiding with that. I'm hearing transition. I don't know. A transition? Diving in, yeah. Take a leap of faith. Duality of fear. Duality of fear. Also something about red and blue. Duality of fear. Being fearful of something and conquering that fear. Isn't that the duality of fear? Yeah, somebody needs to ask themselves some really deep questions. Like, if you do have a fear, ask yourself why you have that fear. Where did it come from? Is it even yours? Does it even belong to you? Yeah, but I am getting a very strong vibe of somebody having a hard time accepting some kind of role. Like, it's almost like somebody is like, it's not a big, like, I don't think somebody realizes how big of a deal this actually is. But it's like spirit doesn't want it to go to your head. So they're doing it in a very delicate way because they know you. They've been with you for lifetimes. They've observed you. There's records that they can access. It's just other versions of you, basically. Okay. We're gonna move on. Ooh, okay. That's why you had me pull these out. Let's see. Is that a stone? That's really weird. I just found a rock in these cards. 1909. 1908. Impatient. Look for patterns of your impatience. Notice the negative physical symptoms it causes you. Take deep breaths and slow down. So, when you find yourself being very impatient, notice how it feels in your physical body and the negative symptoms that it displays. Okay? Make sure you're breathing through the entire process. Become the observer. Step aside. Don't be the reactor. Don't be the actor in the drama. 1951 could be significant. Anything else, Spirit? Superficial. You care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self-esteem, your personality. Absolutely. So, do not let things be surface deep. If you're looking for things just on the surface, you will be let down every single time and you'll be wasting your time. What is it that you truly want? How do you want somebody to make you feel? Or your friends, you know, are they loyal? Do they communicate that often? Are you guys just every so often in communication? Do you guys go out? Like, what is it? Like, nail it down. Are they going to be open and vulnerable? Are they, you know, how deep are you, like, the more you can pin down what it is you want, you can, that way it attracts to you. It manifests to you quicker anyway. And then if it doesn't suit you, you can change your manifestation. And if it hasn't come in yet and you want to change your mind about what you were trying to bring in, you can. But it needs to be brought into your conscious awareness is the thing. So that you're able to quickly, you know what's for you and not. It's discernment. It's picking up on energy and knowing like, well, I know what I want and I know what I'm going after and what I'm attracting in my life. And if that doesn't vibe with it, then it's obviously a no. That's why knowing thyself is so important, so you can understand what you truly want. Because why do you want that car? Why do you want that big house? Those are great things to have. Don't get me wrong. But you're expecting it to bring you some kind of feeling. And the thing is we have to learn to be happy right now in this exact moment. And I know there's circumstances where you can't. I get it. I've been there more times than you can. That's changed now, though. Yeah. But you can get all those things, and it comes with a lot of consequences, okay? A lot more bills, a lot more stress, a lot less time to do the things that you're wanting to do. So it's good to be specific. Do you want to work just one day out of the week and then be able to explore the world for the rest? I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but there is no limit. The limit is your visualizations, your belief, your effort in co-creating with the universe. Anything is possible. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I know it. I'm living it. So, and I'm enjoying every freaking moment of it. But I just, through my experience, I've learned that things are not going to make you happy. Having the most perfect, attractive partner is not going to make you happy. So I'm going to tell this story because I feel like it's very beneficial for somebody. I heard that. I had a friend that were trying to set me up, her and her boyfriend at the time, now husband. And I was like, yeah, sure. This guy had a couple kids. I'm like, I'm open to whatever. I don't drink, but they did. Totally fine with that. And he was very attractive until he started drinking, and then it was very rude. He wasn't very attentive to his kids. I'm like, we can hang out tonight, but there's no way this is for me. But my friend's boyfriend, the way, like, I'm going to be completely honest, was one of the ugliest people I've ever met in my life. Like, nothing there. When we hung out that evening, this really unattractive person to me became the most attractive person in a very wide radius. The way he held himself, his character, and when he spoke, you wanted to listen, and it actually was worth listening to. Like, what he had to say had meaning. And it was a realization for me. It was a huge realization for me that if you're going off of just appearance and how somebody looks, then you are working from lust. You have the wrong intentions, you're going after the wrong things, and you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because how it starts is how it ends, okay? We need to go deeper, just like the merman and Heck again is talking about. going deeper, looking at yourself in the mirror. What do you truly want? How do you truly want to feel? Right? I'm just going to share this because this is what I've been using and I've been sticking with, and it's really been helping. Is I obviously don't know what I want or what I need, so I leave it up to my higher self and spirit, and I'm like, I want to enjoy this ride. Let me follow your guidance, follow your breadcrumbs, put full faith and trust, and practice these visualizations and what it feels like to not have to worry at all, and just throw all of your worries and anxiety, anything that you're worried about that you can't, there's nothing further in your control that you can take care of, and then just toss it up to the heavens, the higher realms, the other dimensions, and ask your light team, hey, I've done all I can do with this, throwing it to you. I don't want it. I don't want the anxiety. I don't want the worries. Just, and they will. Ask and you shall receive, right? Yeah. I don't know why I put those back in the deck. Why? I looked down and they were already in the deck. 2611. Holy crapola. Okay. I think we were done with this deck. Jeez Louise. This is the Shadow Oracle on Etsy. Somebody's kid is screaming. 2631. Also, in my new crystals today, I have to show this. $sign. Dollar. Can I show it? You see that? Like an S with a line. It's a dollar bill, guys. I was like, is that messages in the crystals? Check your crystals. Spend some time with your crystals. They have messages for you. Actually, I had that down here. Something about an avocado and a pie chart, too. And moving on up to the east side, you're finally getting a piece of the pie. Yeah, you're finally getting a piece of the pie. That's why Spirit wants somebody to get right with themselves. We all gotta get right with ourselves. 2729. All right. So what is Spirit wanting us to look at here with the Akashic Oracle? I'm hearing don't rush. Okay. $27.57. Stuck in lack. You have all the resources you need to carry you through. Whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have, it is only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. I'm telling you, the mermen, you have ethereal creatures that are helping you identify this and that are have your back. There is nothing to fear. The ego is literally throwing a tantrum and does not want you to do these things. Because then they don't get to be running the show. Yeah, because all of these cards are indicating that some fears are possibly going to come up. Stay grounded. Meditate. Remind yourself that you are safe. You are secure. You are protected. You will always be provided for. You are loved. Yeah, rein in those fears, man. Look, take a good look at them and tell them that they don't have power over you. It's just false evidence appearing real. Sorry if you hear my son in the background. Follow your passion. You're being guided to follow your passion. You could be seeing spirals and swirls. If there's something that excites and motivates you, it's a message from your Akashic record that it can lead to your abundance. Don't silence it. What's your passions? contemplate on this. What makes you happy? What are you really good at naturally? That it's almost like, oh, really? I can get paid for this? I can make a career and help others with this? Maybe that's something you're figuring out right now with this energy. Yeah, look into lack mindset. Look into prosperity mindset. When we feel abundant and whole within, then that's what we attract. If we are feeling lack and we're calling things in, then that's what we're gonna, we're entering this whole new cycle, okay? I guess this is it out of this deck. Okay. I feel like we should do a little tarot, and I also want to pull from this deck. This is very interesting. It's called, is it Our Hands? Enter Tarot. Is it this? No, it's the Real Life Tarot deck. Very interesting, but it's not really a tarot deck. So we're gonna roll with it. This one is a tarot deck, and it is, Out of Hand Tarot deck. All right, Holy Spirit, ancestors of the highest light frequency vibration, what is it that you want us to know? Converting and changing this energy. Superpowering yourself. This is the hard, deep diving work. Ocean, water, emotion, subconscious work that pays off. Who said it was easy? No one. But you're climbing that mountain because it's worth climbing. And it's beautiful. It's worth it. Every pain, every memory of suffering is turned into liquid gold. Oh, the conspiracy theorist. So you're going to be making some kind of connections, I'm telling you. You're going to be putting things together. Everything in your life is going to be connected, and you're going to see why every single thing needed to occur. Or this is what you've already done, and you're making even more connections. You're diving even deeper. Also, on side note, you could be listening to a lot of conspiracy theorists. And that's great. You're exploring, you're seeing what resonates. You're creating and evolving into new and better truths that are more aligned with spirit and what's, Our truths are constantly evolving. No, that's why necessarily when somebody believes something, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. It means that they are working from the truth that they have learned up until this point. Okay? We don't compare 6th graders with 1st graders. The 1st grader will eventually be a 6th grader, and then, let's not do that to the kids, please. And if there are any fears revolving around kids, and you're repressing them and not looking at them, take a look at them. Go over what the worst case scenario can be, and then what the best case scenario can be, and then just constantly think about the good one, and make sure you prepare for anything regarding the negative one that you don't want to happen. That's how it's confronting what could the worst that can happen, instead of letting it boil up and actually be manifest into your reality. Because Spirit will be like, well, now you got to deal with this because you didn't go within and deal with it. So we're going to bring it externally because you didn't go within and deal with it. Catching money. I told you that money sign on that heart. There is money. You are going to be catching so much money because you're going to be following your passion. This is going to be something you're actually passionate about, and that is natural. It's been a part of you this whole time. It's like, that's why Spirit's wanting you to connect the dots. Really reflect. See the truth of who you are. Recognize that, yeah, you're not like everybody else, and that's a good thing. Menace. There's a lot of eyes on you, okay? There's a lot of eyes on you. Might be menacing, might not be. You might be perceiving this as a threat. Maybe that's this fear. Maybe you're perceiving something as a threat and it's not even really a threat. It's all in your mind. Ask yourself why you're perceiving it as a threat. And also remember, you have the full armor of God. Your electromagnetic field is strong. The more intention you put into it, the more you work on yourself, the more you work with the light is what I'm hearing. The sun could be relevant. You could be working with the moon too, or both. The moonlight, moon water, something. 6 squares. Okay. I wasn't even going to say it, Spirit, because I was like, what? But I know that it's not meant for me. Okay, I'm not. So let's get 3 tarot cards. I'm also hearing you're being prepared for 2027. Big shift, big awakenings, a lot of awe moments. Interesting. Ooh, rainbow fluorite could be really significant for somebody. My light doesn't do it justice, but it's still beautiful. The World and the 8 of Cups. Alright, I didn't ask my question yet, but... But I do see somebody closing out a cycle to something that they didn't actually like. They were settling for it. Or that's something that you did that was a memory that you need to look at. There's some pictures that need to be deleted. What? Because I'm seeing pictures here, and when I looked at them, it brought my attention to them, and I asked. And so they need to be deleted. Ooh. And now all of my rib cage right here is tingling. Does somebody have a tattoo here on their rib cage? Or if not you, the person this picture is of? I don't know. That's so weird. My whole right side is starting to tingle, at least on my right arm. Interesting. What else, Spirit? Yeah. There's some kind of action you haven't put into motion yet. Or you... Oh. It's like you have a lot of compassion. You know how to tame the beast within, but there's a little bit of confidence lacking. It's like you know that you're the king. You're stepping into this understanding of how magnificent you actually are, but there's still something that's keeping you in lack, in a stuck energy, and it's from the past. Spirit, I just heard Spirit wants you to deal with this because there will be menacing eyes, and if you don't deal with this now, when you do come into money, it ain't gonna be good. Because this needs to be addressed and looked at. You need to be honest and truthful with yourself. Take accountability. That way you can heal and move past it. And maybe get over whoever... I don't know who this is. I'm also getting for some... No, I'm not gonna say that. Because you told me not to say it. You told me to say it, then you told me not to say it. They didn't like the way I was going to say it. That's so funny. Page of Swords. Oh, man. You need to have confidence and strength and compassion, because there is going to be somebody, I feel like this is going to be a test or something, because we have the Page of Swords and then we have the Six of Cups here in reverse. There's going to be somebody speaking out like, they're not who they say they are. They're not protected. And of course, a real chosen one doesn't go around flaunting and talking about it. You know, that it's your covert. It's for you to know. You don't have to go out and flaunt it and talk about it all the time. You can talk about spirituality, but just be like, I'm a chosen one. I'm a light worker. Like, you can say light worker. Okay, that kind of sounded passive aggressive, but that's not what I meant. What I meant is like, you're more humble. You don't have to. It's like you already know. But it's like you're developing a deeper understanding of yourself. You're being shown even more truth about yourself to instill more knowing and confidence to turn this King of Wands upside down and know and stand in your kingdom. Your kingdom? Kingdom? Got a lot of fire here with all this Aries energy coming up in March, you know. Speak up. And also speak up about the injustice and like kids and other people not being protected. Like it, yeah. Especially if you've went through situations like this. Some people find it really hard to speak up and deal with these things. So maybe you're really good at dealing with these things. And it's very natural for you. And you can actually catch a lot of money. There might be just a lot of menacing people that could benefit from this. You know, you might end up attracting those energies because you're really good at dealing with those energies and you don't judge. Definitely stay up on your spiritual hygiene. You know, even doing some, like, closing your eyes after having lunch or hanging out with other people. You can get in your car, close your eyes, envision, you know, just a swirling white light enveloping you, and just imagine brushing off or saying, my energy stays with me, your energy stays with you. Any kind of command, you know, the power is in the word, is in the tongue. So whatever you say is going to manifest. It must be, because you're giving it a command, and you it's the belief and the intention and the emotion, you know. 4242, which is also 84, something about 84, maybe 1984, I'm not sure. Let's see what the Shadow Soul wants to tell you, and I'm going to wrap this up because I can hear my dog whining, and I also need to put my son to bed and give him some medicine. Homeopathic, I swear. And like tea. He likes tea with a lot of honey, thyme, and mint. Because he's congested up here, so yeah. Wow, that's a lot, but I'm gonna just go ahead and take them. You can all just use some good reflection time, right? Resistant. It often festers, causing a desire for revenge. Let go of the past to find peace. Yep, that's a must. Letting go of the past. So you might be going through this phase so that you can let go of something. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. They'll realize they regretted their decision. There's nothing you really need to do other than keep loving yourself and keep excelling and bettering your life and having that futuristic thinking and feeling and self-discovery, okay? Because you have the key, you are the key, and you're unlocking things within yourself, portals and gateways, and blaming external factors for your problems. Be culpable for your Take accountability for your actions. Don't be the victim, okay? It's turning the victim situation, and they did this to me, and I understand that, but you know on the other side that you actually brought those things into yourself. You manifested your higher, this was orchestrated, and depending on your frequency, that's how they came in. That's how we learn that these bodies, these temples, are actually our greatest gift. And our biggest tools. Like, we have to get in sync and in rhythm with our bodies, understanding the subtle bodies, the electromagnetic fields and toruses, so we can strengthen them within ourselves, so that we are protected when we are facing very low, harsh energies is what I meant to say. You're no longer the victim. Blame and victimhood doesn't get anybody anywhere. Discernment. Don't run from difficult emotions. Sit with them and allow them to shift. Absolutely. It is so difficult. Don't distract yourself. Walk away. If you need, you gotta cry. Don't stop yourself from crying. Hey, stop. Give me a second. I'm almost done. Oh, you want your belly rubbed. You want your belly rubbed. Okay, I'm gonna take you off just a second. Okay, just give me a minute. Oh, don't. You have to sit with these emotions, okay? No matter how hard it is to look at the past or whatever it is, it's got to be felt. It needs to be felt through. That's why meditation can really help people heal in a way that you don't even really have to think about these things. Because when we can disconnect and just enter into stillness and calmness, even, sometimes if you're just starting, it takes a while because, those thoughts got to funnel through. You just need to be the observer. Don't attach to them. Don't be like, oh yeah, that's right. I got to get up and do this. That's your ego throwing a fit. What did the cards talk about? The ego? Yeah. It's only ego-based fears taking over. It's trying to convince you to not, it doesn't want you to meditate. It doesn't, there's a part of you that does not want it. But you have to show it that it's okay. It's like a little child version inside that's like, no, we did this before. And you remember how it happened or how it ended? It was horrible. They made fun of us and like it traumatized, all these things. But you have to let that younger little version, that hurt version of yourself, no matter where it comes from, let them know we got this. We're being shown that we're supported and we're loved and we're strong. We can get through anything. There's nothing that's sent to you that you cannot handle, that you don't have the tools and answer for already. Because if the situation has already been brought to you, guess what? The solution is already created too. You just got to find it. Competitive. Be aware. The relentless pursuit of success at the expense of other values. Yes. Keep these values in check. This is a great mantra. Ask Spirit to send you reminders of remind you of what truly matters. What is of true value? What am I actually going to value at the end of my life? What am I going to regret that I didn't do? Do those things now. These are very important questions to ask. And I know there's a lot of elderly that I speak to who are like, man, if the younger generation just understood how much potential and how fertile the soil is if they actually were taught and understood what we actually value in life, what actually means something. Love, loyalty, commitment, reliability, honesty, even if it's going to hurt our feelings, warning us. People that can just be there for you, that don't even need an explanation, that know you so well that they know if you ask for something and you don't want to have to explain it, they're like, I got you. It's cool. We'll talk later. We'll make it a night, just you and me. Drawing back the bow could be significant. Sagittarius energy, Archer energy. You could be seeing things about Archer, the show Archer. I'm also hearing the wounded, Chiron, the wounded healer. You got shot by a poisonous arrow by... I forgot who it was. I don't know why I put those cards back, but I did. I feel like we need one more because that was 4. Let's end on 5, maybe? Oh, that's right. The witching hour. 15, or 50-15. Self-sabotage. Do not self-sabotage, guys. The wrecking ball. Undermining your success by procrastinating, negative self-talk, or fear of failure. You're not going to regret what you actually tried to go after, because it's gonna actually show you that it wasn't as scary as you thought it was. Okay? I feel like Spirit is talking to me through me doing this video. It was like, Spirit of procrastination. I'm like, flick that little... yeah, it's gone. Bye. Sorry. Don't be indecisive. Don't self-sabotage. Go in. Clear your mind. Okay? Let's see. We're going to do one from this witching hour. Then I'm going to close. I'm going to say bye-bye. Good night. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. I mean, I just heard this Ramadan. Am I saying it wrong? Anyway, fasting, but high faith, Ash Wednesday. You're doing great, all of you. Keep it up. And if you haven't, try to find something that you really love and care about, and do a little detox on it until like March 20th, March 21st, possibly March 19th, depending on you. And whenever it is, it's fine. Follow your rhythm, even if you just want to do it for a couple days. Just show Spirit that you can. That way it doesn't have to happen externally. Like, that's why fasting and giving things up is it's a really good practice, because it helps that we can it shows Spirit and the universe we can detach from things. It's just it's a symbol of sacrifice. Like Odin with the eye, sacrifices his eye to gain like ultimate wisdom and power. Oh my god. I really like your energy, whoever you are. Like, I almost don't want to close out the reading because it feels so good. It does. Salt, boundaries, purity, self-love, boundaries. Is somebody making potions? Also, you could be seeing glowing fairies. Oh my god, this is like hitting home for me right now. Yeah, I saw something kind of unbelievable the other day, but I believe it. It was beautiful. I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. I do. I love that movie, Peter Pan. Okay, Jeremy Sumsworth? What? Okay. Queen of Swords. Yeah, protecting your energy. It's time to protect your energy and realize how valuable your energy is. I feel like you're going to be getting confirmations of who you are, your rank, your position, what you're here to do. You're connecting the dots. You're following an abundant money trail so that you can fulfill your purpose. What was that notification earlier? You're being paired up to complete and finish a mission. It's almost like you have a double mission and you're wrapping up the first one and entering into a new cycle, but you're going to be getting help. I don't know what this help's going to be, how this help's going to be, but you have salt here. Put salt in your bath. Put salt underneath your candle when you set intentions. Salt is one of the most important tools in a witch's cabinet and is often used to cast a circle of protection before performing a spell. Sprinkle salt around your home and along your windows and doors to keep negative energy out, and use it to clear harmful vibrations that are directed towards you. When salt comes into a reading, it is because you require protection and need to take steps to establish stronger boundaries. It is your responsibility to teach others how to respect your needs. You may hope others will intuitively know how to treat you, but remember that every being is experiencing their own hardships, lessons, and triggers. They may have blocks that prevent them from instinctively recognizing boundaries that seem obvious to you. Yes, not everybody sees what you do. So speak up. Make it known. They may have blocks that prevent them from instinct. Yeah, this is not an excuse to treat you poorly, but it is a reason enough for you to speak up and communicate your needs rather than expecting someone to guess. Never expect somebody to guess. You have to make it known. Then if they cross that boundary, that gives you another indication, which is a red flag. They do not value, or maybe they forgot. So sometimes you can remind them to be like, oh my God, I forgot, I'm sorry. But other times, if it's just repetitive and like they do not, it shows signs that they don't care. You know, I know sometimes I need a gentle reminder, or if I haven't been around somebody for a while, I might need a reminder. And of course, there are people who will push boundaries to a breaking point. Some may even be doing it intentionally, and Spirit will send in people to test us to see, are we going to let it shake us, our internal world? Or are we just not going to give no attention to it, practice our superpowers, and just imagine them just going away? They don't need any words. You don't need to share any words. You speaking is your attention and your energy, because the power is in the word, right? Exactly. Standing firm lets them know that while they may push, you will not break. This is literally a parenting practice. In some parenting books I was reading about the development and what you should and shouldn't do. So there are some parents that will be like, a kid will be like, oh, 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes. When they already laid the rule down, like, hey, you get 5 more minutes on that and then it's over. And then they come in, they're like, hey, your 5 minutes are over. Come on, Mom, please, just 5 more minutes. And the mom's just like, okay, 5 more minutes. Guess what? That boundary has just been crossed. And you let them take an inch, they're going to take a mile. It is the same thing. You got to treat other adults just like kids, because most of these people have not been properly parented. I had to reparent myself because I looked at my family and I was like, nope, I don't want any of their advice on how to parent. Most of them didn't actually even raise their kids. So, and in the process, I reparented myself. It was crazy. I thought I was doing it for my son. I ended up doing it for myself and my son. So, maybe you're in the process of reparenting yourself, reloving yourself, giving your younger self the things that you never got. I do see a little child right here. So maybe this lack was created when you were a child and you're being asked to put the pieces together and ask yourself some very deep questions. Why do you think there's scarcity? Why do you think there's lack? Imagine a world where there is no lack. There is no, you might see it externally, but it's like a knowing that there is no lack. You do not have to worry about anything, as long as you are making steps forward, progressively taking steps forward, which I know whoever I'm talking to is. Oh, yeah, I did want to pull one more because of what the book said. Companion cards. I want to see if Witch of the Woods, Witching Herbs, or the Sacred Vows comes out, because if so, there's an additional meaning, or an additional message. There's an additional meaning to the same thing. So something you're looking at is going to have multiple meanings. Actually, the meaning to things can change every single year. I mean, when you get those books, those prompt books to answer a question each day, and you come back around for the next year, like that spiral, like, I'm going to answer it this year. Well, next year rolls around. It's the same question, but your answer has changed because your perspective has changed. We're constantly changing and evolving. You're never going to answer or have the same opinion about the same question as years go by. Like when people are like, oh, this is what I believe in. So, well, has it evolved any? Like, you can still kind of have the same core belief, but have a deeper meaning and understanding of it. If not, then people can really get stuck, in an old paradigm and not move. Yeah. Be careful who you're around at this time. This is a very sensitive time. It's really a time of deep reflection and you know, getting ready for this new amazing abundant energy that's coming in. Secret Trail, Ascension. What did I just say? Number 9. This is year of the 9. And I was going to say Hermit, like stay in, discover your light, enjoy your light, play with your light. It is all about the orbs. Oh my God, another orb. Crescent Moon, Secret Trail. You're being led, you're being guided down this beautiful magical path of magic and ascension symptoms, and that's why it is best to deal with your fears, with these lower frequencies and vibrations and regrets and anything that you feel is unhealed or that is holding you back or is clouding up your vision or creating fog and confusion, because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This is the darkness, you know. You have to walk through the tunnel to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And I'm hearing Dark Night of the Soul, which is, yeah, there's different stages of it, but my point is, oh, Spirit, you're distracting me. It's good to get right with yourself, so you know yourself, you know your light, you know how amazing you actually are and that you deserve this, so that you can follow the guiding light without being distracted or creating fear, because it's like you're following this and then boom, something's over here like, oh, what are you doing? You can't be down there. You don't deserve that, blah, blah, blah. Whether it's internal dialogue or a dialogue that you heard from somebody else that used to tell you this as a child or whatever the circumstance, it's a lie. You just have to recognize it for what it is, as just a test. It's trying to scare you to get you to enter into a lower frequency so that you don't think that you're protected and guided, when that isn't true at all. So Spirit is really trying to ingrain and imprint a knowing into somebody right now that, yes, this is who you are. Accept it. Believe it. Work on yourself. Find out why you're lacking some kind of confidence, because you have compassion and strength, and you know how to tame the beast within, and probably in others too. But it's like you're being guided because you need to learn how to speak about this in a very nostalgic, comforting way to others. Maybe that was a different way to interpret those cards, but I like it. Ascension. You are going through an ascension, okay? I'm not going to read an extra meaning because it wasn't one of the cards that was in there, but 2 minutes. That was a while. Okay. I think that's been playing for a while, and I don't think that was my copyright-free music. I might cry a little bit. Peace.